The Sigma males are weirdos in relationships. Women find them irresistible even though they are bizarre. The psychology of women is completely understood by Sigma guys. They are aware that these women are largely to blame for the challenges that men encounter with women. Sadly, beta, alpha, and omega males frequently attempt the impossibility. They want to be the relationship's Mr. Fix-It. These males frequently assist women, provide solutions, and may even act as their handyman. But Sigma men have a great understanding of women. When a woman in a relationship begins to cause the Sigma guy problems, he ignores her forever. Don't misunderstand me, Sigma males appreciate and facilitate the lives of understanding and cooperative females. However, the lone wolf promptly avoids any lady who starts to bother him or attempts to make life tough for him. Whether he is wed to her or they are only dating is irrelevant. The Sigma guy will disregard a woman for the rest of his life once she attempts to make his life miserable. There will always be times when a woman tries to pull a trick or do something and anticipates how her boyfriend would respond. Beta, omega, and even alpha men will always have an emotional response or appear to be disturbed and frustrated in such circumstances. Such responses will make the woman feel as though she has triumphed. And you'll be playing on her turf. But Sigma men never have an emotional response to women. No matter what the woman does, the lone wolf will always maintain his stern demeanor. The Sigma males will make sure that they are in control of their emotions before making any move. The Sigma guy will feel upset after he stops responding to women's games because he knows he can't manage the lone wolf. So, Sigma males never pay attention to what women do while they are in a relationship. This will convey to that lady the notion that she cannot engage in play, manipulation, or frolic with Sigma males. Women always succumb to and work with the lone wolves since the Sigma guys don't always give in to their demands, and mental gymnastics, and allow them enough time to think about their negative concerns. A Sigma male will ignore a woman and let her handle the problems she has caused in a relationship on her own, regardless of the mess she has made. The truth is that a woman will control and dominate her guy once she discovers that he is an emotional person who constantly lets her actions define how he behaves, feels, and even thinks. The Sigma males are aware of these tricks that women frequently do, and they are never duped by them. A typical beta or omega male relationship will reveal that the males in these relationships are frequently misunderstood by their partners. They also frequently inquire as to the reason for the actions of their ladies. Unfortunately, women can easily captivate the beta, omega, and occasionally alpha males due to their men's fascination with how their women behave. When it comes to studying the behavior of women, Sigma men are damn good. They are aware that not every action taken by a woman calls for a response. Women tend to want to be around you and add stress and problems to your life because they don't generally have satisfying, enjoyable lives. And if you can't figure this out early enough, it will cause you more harm than good. So, whenever a Sigma male is dealing with a woman, he practices both patience and the art of ignoring women. To a Sigma male, women are like your shadow. The more you walk away from them, the more they follow you. But when you move towards them, they move away. In other words, when you ignore a woman, it leaves them wondering what is wrong with her. Even if a Sigma guy truly loves a woman, he never expresses it to the point that she begins to think she has any influence over his day or his behavior. The best approach to influence a woman is not by emotionally reacting, as all men are aware of, but by ignoring them and making it seem as though you don't care what they do. It's quite unfortunate that several guys out there are paying for the things another man did to their women several years ago. So, Sigma males will always ignore a woman whenever she's trying to bring up that is not directly affecting them. Whether it's an ex-girlfriend or a woman he's trying to get, the best way Sigma males get a woman's attention is by ignoring her. When a Sigma male ignores a woman, it makes her lose her mind and think, wow, doesn't this guy care about me? Am I not worthy of him? Or perhaps you should wait until I've got my act together and pique his curiosity. It's nearly impossible for Sigma males to lose sleep over a woman because they have become experts at the act of ignoring women over time. All they need to do is act as though they never existed and ignore them. This will cause the woman's mentality to alter and whatever ideas she may be harboring to change. A woman must first establish her value to the Sigma male to gain his attention. She will be disregarded if she doesn't, just like every other woman. This explains why some women will put some guys, perhaps beta and omega, in the friend zone and call them Mr. Nice Guys and be begging to sleep with another man who they just met. Do you find yourself lusting after a certain woman who's caught your eye, or heart, only to have her ignore you? Are you wondering what would happen if it was the other way around and you started to ignore her? Does the psychology of ignoring women exist? Well, yes it does, but within limits, and only a small percentage of men understand the secret. Here we're going to be writing about the powerful psychology of ignoring a woman that only Sigma males understand. One of the biggest mistakes a man can make is to focus on a woman more than on himself. You not only wind up wasting your own time, but you also don't value yourself. As an illustration, let's say the woman you're contacting stops replying to your messages. If that were the case, would you keep texting her non-stop in the hope that she would eventually pay attention to you? Well, not if you're a Sigma male, and even if you're not, why would you keep pursuing a conversation with an uninterested lady? In addition to being unsightly, it can also really creep the woman out, killing any chance you had of ever establishing a romantic connection. Making any lady uncomfortable is the absolute last thing a true Sigma guy, or gentleman would want to do. Not to add, you have far too much dignity and respect for yourself to behave in such a desperate manner. A Sigma male is entirely self-assured and appreciates his time and company, and he is fully aware that he would never be in a position to act in such a needy manner. It's more likely to be the other way around. We'll discuss this in more detail later in the episode. When a man acts too available for a woman, he starts to lose his value, and ultimately, her interest. As humans, we are drawn to exclusivity. Take for example a rare car, like a 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. You don't see one every day, it's exclusive, and that's one of the reasons you appreciate its value. By invitation only, London's The Club at the Ivy has high value because it's super exclusive. These are examples of demonstrating value. The equation is that easily accessible subtracts value, while that which is difficult to access is more exclusive, and therefore, adds value. When it comes to men, being too accessible and too invested in the relationship early on is something that can turn a woman off. Don't ask why, it's just the way it is. Being as switched on as he is, the Sigma male is well aware of this fact, but he also knows that it doesn't apply to him, so he doesn't have to worry. As a Sigma, he is far more invested in the relationship with himself than he could ever be with another person. He is a busy man, with many irons in the fire when it comes to his own life. He will always be focused on his own goals, whether it be expanding his own business, completing personal projects, focusing on his physical and mental health, gaining new knowledge, or learning new skills. The Sigma male will likely be working on several of these at a time, if not all of them. To put it plainly, he simply lacks the time necessary to pursue a skirt. Thank God, too. Being independent is one of a Sigma male's most distinguishing characteristics. Therefore, he is solely responsible for taking care of his own bodily, mental, spiritual, and/or sexual needs. He doesn't feel the need to pursue any particular woman since she will already come to him because she can see how independent he is. That turns me on right away. His self-sufficiency means he can quite easily ignore a woman unintentionally, even if it's one he really likes, and this can certainly amp up her desire for him. This independent, self-sufficient, and lone wolf attitude the Sigma possesses is one of the major elements that make up his status as a high-value male. A lot of women are attracted to wildness and mystery with a hint of danger. They are drawn to that which they cannot control. Opposite from boring and predictable, the Sigma male is in luck here. To put it plainly, he simply lacks the time necessary to pursue a skirt. Thank God, too. Being independent is one of a Sigma male's most distinguishing characteristics. Therefore, he is solely responsible for taking care of his own bodily, mental, spiritual, and/or sexual needs. He doesn't feel the need to pursue any particular woman since she will already come to him because she can see how independent he is. That turns me on right away. Due to the Sigma male's busy schedule, and his focus on his own goals, achievements, and on his happiness, he's not the type of guy to be ignored by women in the first place because, by nature, he just doesn't engage in the behaviors that create that dynamic. It's more likely to be the other way around with the Sigma ignoring the woman in question. But he would never do this intentionally. He's just got a lot going on in his life as a high-value male. Contrary to the Sigma male, many guys enjoy playing games with the women they like, or even when they only seek a woman's attention. These guys would act dishonestly, such as posting images of themselves with other women on social media to incite jealousy, or they will respond to a woman twice as slowly as she did to him to make her feel rejected and uncared for. They do this to get the lady to become fixated on them, and to their credit, it occasionally succeeds. However, this success is typically fleeting since the ladies can see through it, and it's also a fairly disgusting way to treat another person. The Sigma male is as far as you can get from this type of a-hole. The reason that he has success with women is that A, he doesn't ignore them intentionally to manipulate them and their feelings, it's purely incidental, and B, he doesn't agree with this type of behavior. It reeks of alpha male, and the Sigma does not want to be associated with that in any way, shape, or form. He sits outside all of that hierarchy nonsense. Thank you very much. If a woman is treating you badly and making you feel horrible about yourself, regardless of whether you're an alpha male, beta guy, or somewhere in between, you need to realize that you are worth far more than that, even if she is the most gorgeous woman you have ever seen. As they say, personality always wins out over looks. It doesn't matter whether she has the most stunning appearance on the outside if she is unattractive on the inside or has the personality of a tea towel. The social circle of the Sigma male is extremely small and exclusive in itself, so he won't give a second thought to turning down or letting go of spiteful and unpleasant women in his life who aren't worthy of an exclusive invitation. When they find a man who turns out to be different from all the rest, a woman can fall hard for him. Instead of the usual creep constantly trying to get a response out of her and praising her all the time, putting her on a pedestal to get what he wants, when a woman finds a Sigma male, she is surprised and appreciative of the way that he treats her as an equal, with respect, and without harassing her, even kind of ignoring her. She can't put her finger on it, but she is intrigued and fascinated by him and recognizes that guys like him don't come around often. If you're not a Sigma guy, you should seek to become one in as many areas of your life as you can, since the psychology of ignoring women only really works if you are a man of actual value. We all know that Sigmas have an unfair advantage because they naturally do all of these things, but even if you're not one, there are still strategies you can adopt from his toolkit to elevate your status as a male and effectively employ the psychology of ignoring a woman. As a recap: 1. If a woman is ignoring you, then don't harass her with constant texts. This is a surefire way to turn her off for good. 2. Don't play games and manipulate her or try to make her feel bad in return, but strive to continue evolving your own life and moving forward. 3. Enjoy being by yourself. A man who is happy in solitude is a very powerful thing. 3. This is very attractive to women, and he also learns how to live a happier, more fulfilled life. 1. Be naturally focused on your own goals and your happiness independently of the woman you like or anyone else. 2. Be busy and don't be too available. You automatically become far more attractive when your time is scarce. 2. As they say, absence makes the heart grow fonder. 3. Make more of an effort to be spontaneous and unpredictable. 1. Put yourself first. 1. Prioritize your own physical and mental health before anyone else. 1. Exercise, eat well, keep hydrated, and take time out to focus on what makes you happy. Maybe even consider practicing meditation. 1. Women love a man who cares for every aspect of himself. Just ask the Sigma. 3 fantastic things will occur if you start using these 6 Sigma techniques. In many aspects of your life, you will first increase your confidence. Second, you'll automatically attract a lot more women's attention. Last but not least, you'll learn to live a happier, more liberated, and more fulfilling life by yourself. This is the most important thing of all. And nothing, and nobody, can surpass that.